Welcome to Jump Shots from the Goal Line. I'm your host, Jonathan Dugan, joined as always by Mr. John Henningsen. We got a returning guest. I don't even want to call you a guest, bro. You're definitely a friend. I feel like once you hit the links at least once, you're friends. So we got a returning friend, Noah Fifita, starting quarterback of the Arizona Wildcats. Kind of a big name nowadays, bro. I feel like a lot's kind of popped off since last time, huh? You've had a few changes since last time you're on the show.
Yeah, it's been a little while, so appreciate y'all welcoming me back. Been looking forward to getting back on because y'all were there since the beginning, so I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, dude, we enjoy, just you as a person. Obviously, we got to enjoy you on the field a lot more than usual this time around, this past season. But me and Henny, oh no, I can speak for Henny, sure. We actually enjoy you as a person. So
I
happy to have you
appreciate it.
back. Henny, you got anything for Noah first?
No, I mean I like Noah too. If that's what you need me to say, I definitely I'm very excited to have him back too. No, honestly, the only thing that I would say in welcoming back is it's crazy talking to you. Was it 2 years, a year and a half? Whenever we talked to you, it was like going into fall. I mean,
It was 2
we were
years ago.
just
It's been a
scratching
while.
the surface. Didn't even want to tease about the idea of you starting yet. Very respectful. Just hey, waiting my turn. But we left thinking, man, dude, this guy is exactly who you want leading your program. And boy, do we look smart. So thank you. You know what I mean? We look smart now. So we appreciate that because we were whispering to everybody, dude, that kid, he gonna be nice. So it's good to see you succeed, man. That's all I got to say.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it.
I just think it's crazy, bro, because basically a year ago we were all golfing, like you, me. Unfortunately, Isaiah's not here with us anymore, but he was out there.
Yeah.
And dude, I mean, we were just getting hyped for the season and thinking, it's going to be a good season, whatever. You were still behind Jaden on the depth chart, but so much has changed since that moment. You come in, what week was it?
Week 4.
Week 4. Yeah. Absolutely tear it up, bro. Go on just an absolute tear. Get Pac-12 freshman of the year. Is that official? That's a thing, right? You got
Yes,
Pac-12
sir.
freshman of the year. Okay, awesome. That happened. Freaking Wildcats go on a 10-game winning season for the first time in what feels like forever for us old people. You guys win the Alamo Bowl, beating Oklahoma. Fortunately, Coach Fish leaves. We're not going to touch on that tonight though, because who cares? But you guys almost leave, maybe thought about it. Washington was like, hey, what's up, guys? We'd love to have Noah, but Noah's like, nah, I'm a Wildcat. Stays, puts out a whole documentary, everything, and now we're here. That's just a small synopsis of the life in Noah Fifita. And I can tell you right now, none of that was on the table a year ago. How are you feeling about that, bro? Has it been just insane?
It's been a roller coaster, and it's been super fun. This is what you dream about as a little kid, being able to play on this level, play on this stage, and then being able to play with these guys. So it's been a blessing. I give God all the glory for everything that's went down. But like you said, time's been flying. Already 2 years, 2 years into my college career. And like you said, I think a year and a half ago we jumped on the podcast for the first time. So
Yeah, dude.
I don't think you believe it when you're growing up and people are telling you to enjoy it because time goes so fast. But
Yeah.
I'm a witness to that for sure.
Absolutely, brother. And then you got a new coach now, Coach Brennan. I know you talked about him a little bit on your show, Island Time in the Desert, which, by the way, I knew you were never going to leave, bro, because you got to change the name of the show if you leave. You go to freaking Washington, bro, it's not Island Time in the Desert anymore. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, sir.
but I mean, you got a new coach now. I think, is Coach Lyle your position coach, or is he what is he doing on the team? I know he helps with the quarterbacks a lot.
Yeah, Coach Lyle's working a lot with the quarterback, so that's who I've been spending a lot of time with.
What's your first impressions of both of them so far?
They're great people, and I think the first 2 weeks that they got in, we kind of got away from football, and it was really just getting to know each other on a personal basis. And everybody that you talk to about Coach Brennan, I tapped in with a lot of his former players, a lot of his players at San Jose State, just to kind of get a feel for him while I was making my decision. But everything you hear about him is a great guy and very genuine. That was a common theme from everybody that I talked to, and you can see that right when I started talking to, right when I met him the first week. So I met with him the day he got into Tucson for the team meeting. I met with him right after our team meeting. I met with him that night. Then we met again, probably every day after that for about a week. So I think T-Mac said it best. Kind of after our first meeting, he said his job is to make a good first impression.
Mhm.
But as you kind of met him and talked to him the last 2 weeks, you see that that's just the type of guy he is.
Yeah, he just genuinely cares, it seems like, right?
Yeah, I think he cares a lot about people, not just players, and
Mhm.
that's special. That's real special to me.
That was something I took away from just your own podcast is the fact that you and T-Mac like both looked at each other and like, have you even talked football yet? And it'd been like a freaking week, like that's dope. Like obviously you guys are just talking about like your families, probably what you do off the field, whatever. Like I think that goes a long way, just like you said, just in being genuine and actually caring about somebody. And I think it's cool too, the fact that he interviewed for the job when Coach Fish got it. So he obviously really wants to be here. His brother was a wide receiver at U of A. His wife is an alumni. Like, is that as cool to you as a player as it is to us as fans?
I think when it first happened, that was kind of thrown into the backseat. Nobody really cared about that, but I think it changed when they posted that social media picture of him in the stands celebrating. So
Dude,
uh,
that was such a cool clip, huh?
he told me the first day that this is where he wanted to be, and a lot of people just say that, but I think kind of as you get to know him, he seems like like I said, a very genuine guy that
Yeah.
means everything he says.
So, and then like your dad obviously is, I mean, he's kind of like, besides your mom, I mean, just your huge support and like your rock with everything. And with him, being a big part of like Juice County and everything like that, and just being really locked in with like the high school football scene in California, had he heard a lot about Coach Brennan? Because I know Coach Brennan's just a huge Cali guy. Like, what were some of the things that he was hearing that he was kind of relaying out to you?
Like I said, to be honest, we didn't really have any prior connection to Coach Brennan.
Mm,
My dad didn't really know him as we kind of found out that he was getting the job. But
yeah,
I have a lot of friends that are at San Jose State right now.
cool.
Jabari Bates and Jairus Satella, those are guys that we played with in 8th grade, and we kind of grew up with playing youth ball. So
That's
definitely
so
reached
cool.
out to them. Reached out to one of their former quarterbacks, Nick Starkle. So
Yeah, I remember
I
that name.
kind of had a I even reached out to their quarterback last year, Chev he's a Hawaii kid, so kind of
Hmm.
had a connection to him there. So DM'd him on Instagram, just kind of got his thoughts. But like I
Yeah,
said, we kind of just try to contact anybody that we could, and it was a common theme, and we're starting to see that it's all playing out.
this staff seems to have quite a bit of like roots to the islands, right? Like I think Coach Brennan, his cousin was Colt Brennan, obviously Hawaii quarterback, RIP. Dino Babers, your new OC. I mean, he's from Hawaii. I mean, you have, Coach Lyle, a bunch of people have connections out there. Does that mean a lot to you just being a Pacific Islander?
Yeah, it's definitely cool. It's definitely nice to be able to have kind of that Islander community. We share a lot of the same values, regardless
Hmm.
of generation. So you can kind of see it with the coaches that are coming in, and then being able to keep a lot of the polys here in Tucson to stay at Arizona. So I think that played a big role in forming the culture that we have here, the family culture, and we're going to
Yeah.
continue to just try to build on that.
That's awesome, man. With Coach Babers, have you had a chance to talk to him yet?
Yeah, we've talked a little bit. So we're like I said, we're starting to get into the football phase, kind of starting
Yeah.
last week, but we've been saying all along now all the media stuff's behind us. Now it's time to focus on what's really important. That's winning.
Heck yeah, dude. Do you think the offense is going to change much for you at all? Are you familiar with Coach Babers' system?
Not too much. Like I said, I've talked to even on his part, I've talked to a lot of guys that kind of were familiar with him in the past, but
Mhm.
uh we're like I said, we're starting to get into the football stuff. We'll see what happens. But
It's awesome, man.
he's had a lot of success, so we're excited to start to get into that and start to get into spring ball.
Awesome. Any you got any questions about the current staff or anything like that?
Well, I mean, I think Coach Papers has been everywhere. I'm sure he's gonna probably bend Noah's ear a little bit, and they'll know what works, right? And I'm sure they'll figure some stuff out around him. I guess what I'm curious about is, I mean, everything's grounded in your family, right? And so I think it's really interesting, and I'm just like sort of curious, when it gets crazy, and not to get back into all this stuff, but then it's like your mom is like, hey man, we got to get your mom's getting some pub for AD. What can we do to get Mr. Fifita running the program? And when stuff gets like that, I know you're humble. what are you doing to help keep your mom grounded in a time like this?
Well, I think my humility and my personality comes from my parents. So, my mom likes to take videos and she likes all the photos. She likes social media and all that stuff. But deep down, she's as humble as they come. She never wants any of the attention. And to throw it to my dad, he's that guy. He shies away from attention as much as anybody I know. So, those, like you said, those are my rocks. My whole family is. And my mom's actually downstairs right now. She came out here for a couple
bring
days.
her to the show. Everybody wants to see spam and eggs, bro.
Yeah, well, she's working right now, but she came over here for a couple of days to help me figure out some stuff. But
that's so cool.
I don't know.
Shout out to mom.
I wouldn't.
You guys are at McHale, sitting in the same row as KD, and everybody's like, "Spam and eggs, bro. Miss Fifita's there. Can you believe it? She's in the building." Like, I know KD's here, but like, it's just so funny to me. Like, I just think it's great. Like, it's just awesome. The whole community. I hope you feel that. Like, I know I've messaged you that before, but I think the community embraces you guys in a way that, like, you're not going to know it until later. But I promise you, in like every corner where someone's echoing and whispering about this stuff, they just love you all. And you're like the first family of, the University of Arizona. And it's, I just never seen anything like it, man. And it's so cool. And I'm just like, I'm just glad to be a small part of it and have you on here. But just make sure your family knows too, like, shout out from us. And I know she was day one listening to a podcast back when, we first started too. So just want to show love.
She's probably on the live right now, but we definitely felt all the love. And I speak for not just my family, but for our team. We felt the love. And going through hard times like this, the Tucson community coming, everybody rallying around each other and being able to get through this together has been special.
I don't think I've ever seen a U of A football team as universally loved as you guys, which is dope. Like, seriously, dude, because, like, everybody mentions, like, Arizona's a basketball school, whatever. But, like, the whole city of Tucson rides for you guys. Like, your recruiting class, like, this current team, the guys that stayed, like, they ride for y'all. It's pretty dope to see. I've never seen it. And I've been in, Tucson for over a decade. So you guys got something special. I'm really happy for you. We have one of our buddies in the chat. He says, build the statue. So like I told you, bro, when I saw that you guys were staying, don't be surprised if there's a no and a T-Mac statue right next to John Button Salmon. So
we got to win. That's all that matters now. We got to win.
I do have one thing. I didn't know this about you because I know we talked when you came on the show the first time that you're Tongan, but you're Filipino as well.
Yes, sir. I'm half.
So one of my friends who does not care about football at all, but she saw that you are Filipino and she wanted to know, what's your favorite Filipino dish?
My favorite dish is definitely bangus, which is fried milkfish. That's what my grandma been making for me. I didn't start eating that till high school. Growing up, it was always chicken adobo and longaniza, but that definitely changed once I got into high school.
All right, Reza, if you're listening, you know to make me that now. All right, so cool. Cool, dude. Let's move on. Obviously, we're moving to the Big 12, right? Huge change for you guys. Huge change for the university in general. I know you and T-Mac talked about it a little bit. You guys mentioned UCF as one of the teams that you were interested in playing, which, by the way, Henny and I are intrigued by the space game. Whatever that is, like, that sounds incredible. What are you really looking forward to, like, the Big 12? Do you feel like you'll get more kind of like eyes on you guys? Are there matchups you're looking forward to the most? Is it just, seeing a different part of the country?
Yeah, you get to travel to new places. And I think we mentioned UCF because we're traveling all the way to Orlando. That's going to be the farthest we've traveled to play a game in our high school career. In our college career. So that's probably why we mentioned it. That's probably the first thing that popped up in our mind, the traveling. But at the end of the day, you get to play some big time teams. And the Pac-12 was great as well. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, they're a top 2 conference last year. So, but we get to play new opponents. We get to play some big time opponents, and obviously we're excited to see what takes place.
Yeah. Is there any teams specifically besides UCF? Like, do you have any like homies on any other teams?
Not that I could really think of right now, but for me, Utah's always going to be a fun game for me growing up a Utah fan.
Yeah, it's in Salt Lake and it's at the beginning of the season too.
And we'll be in Salt Lake for that one, so that's going to be fun.
Your uncle's going to be at that game?
Most likely. My family travels so well. So
who are they rooting for though?
It's going to be us for sure.
Yeah, a little bit, probably just a little bit in the back of their head though, like a little bit of Ute love, right?
Probably not on that week.
Nah, I love it, bro. I love it. Okay, cool. Well, hey, we want to move off the gridiron a little bit, right? Because, like I always tell you, man, you're one of my like actual friends. I appreciate you. You and I went through it last weekend, dog. How about them Ravens? You see the flag in the background. You and I were both chirping, bro. We were both saying, going to the Super Bowl, going to the Super Bowl. What were your thoughts, bro? From a quarterback viewpoint, what went wrong? I didn't prep you for this at all.
Yeah, man, there's still a sensitive topic for me.
I didn't talk to
I felt
anybody for like 12 hours, bro.
I feel like everything that happened this year was for it was our destinies to go to the Super Bowl, even to the Super Bowl logo color. So
you went into that?
I thought everything just pointed us in the right direction, but I guess all you can really say is Patrick Mahomes is the best player in the NFL right now.
I'm so mad about it, bro. I told Henny at the beginning of the season when they weren't playing that well, like the Chiefs, I was like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're going to get to the playoffs and you're going to play Patrick Mahomes. And, you know, it wasn't going to happen, bro. Not with Taylor Swift on the other sideline. You know what I'm saying? We can't get past Swifties.
It's hard to play against Patrick Mahomes for sure. Even as a fan, seeing some of the plays he makes, he's ridiculous.
I'm a firm believer that we abandoned the run. Like, you being a quarterback, like, how important is the run like to establishing your offense? Because we ran it 6 times, bro.
Yeah, it is big for sure. And I mean, I don't want to speak on scheme or game plan because everybody, I mean, you don't really know what's happening, what's really happening over there. So I wish we stayed with the run a little longer, but at the end of the day, we have our quarterbacks is the MVP of the year. So trying to keep it in his hands, I understand it.
Yeah, this is the same guy that was closing out the first half against Arizona State, slinging 40-yard bombs back to back to back. I mean, you're not afraid to abandon the run. You know what I mean? You're not gonna catch him on record saying he doesn't want to sling it more.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna go into your meeting and Coach Brennan's gonna be like, "Oh no, I heard you on the podcast saying you got to establish the run." Like, what do you mean 15 attempts isn't okay? No, I get you, bro. It was tough though, man. I agree with you. I didn't talk to anybody for like 12, 16 hours, dude. I was distraught. I ignored my own father 3 times. I couldn't talk to him, bro.
I had to get off social media for the rest of the day. So
this was our year, bro. Like Lamar clicking, right? We have guys. I said this on the last episode, but like we had Kyle Van Noy, we had Clowney, everybody just balling out for the first time in their career, and they're all in 1-year contracts. And now we're about to lose them all. Probably going to lose Matty BK. It's tough, bro. It's tough. It wasn't fun, but it is what it is,
They'll reload. They always do.
You're right. Thank you. No, I needed that. I needed to hear that. But hey, how about, I know you're a golfer because obviously you've been golfing with us. What about the live, bro? Like, what do you think? John Rahm, he's on the live now.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't followed nothing about golf. So you could talk. We can talk about golf, but I haven't been following any of the.
You hear that, Henny? He hasn't been following golf. You know what that means? He's probably rusty. So you know what that means, right? It's time.
We played a couple times.
Yeah, this guy ain't rusty. Yeah. I was like, that's not the same thing. I don't follow it all either. That's not the same thing.
What's good though? We're gonna get a rematch because I think it was a pretty close match last time.
Yeah, we could get a rematch for sure any time. But John Rahm's at live now.
You didn't? Oh yeah, bro. We breaking news in the pod to Noah.
Well, dude,
yeah, dog.
Yeah, but they swept it. This guy was busy, man. You got to remember when that happened. Like this guy
went over his schedule, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm like, remember when again?
And then he pulled over. Who was the other guy, Henny, that he pulled over to?
I don't even know right now. I don't know. You got me thinking live now. I'm like, I don't even know. I can't remember who else they just brought over. But you're right. Someone else just came too.
All right, but consider this a public declaration, bro, that we want a rematch. I know
no Isaiah, and Isaiah was nice
here anymore, but you was
nice.
Pull somebody. we want a rematch.
IT was really good, but I got some other partners I got in mind that can.
Do you have anyone that's like on Dugan's level though, trying to level the play? I'm trying to work my way back into like giving myself a chance. You know what I mean? Do you have anybody who's like sort of more on his level? Like who hasn't played yet?
15 handicap,
Yeah, we definitely got some people that we got some guys.
Who's better, you or your dad?
Oh, that's me. That's not a question.
So your
Oh,
dad
yeah,
can be
yeah.
on my cart.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt about that one.
Bring Les down. He can sit in my cart. Him and I will, lie on our scorecards. You and Henny can go at it. Is that what we're saying?
That's cool with me.
Yeah. And I'll probably
Yo.
get whooped again too. Yeah, I was like, we're just gonna hang in there. We're gonna do less talking this time, Dugan, and let's just focus on the game. You know what I mean? If we're not gonna do the work, let's not do the talking. Okay, let's just see what happens. Yeah.
Listen, bro, I was fine. All right, you were the liability on that day. Not me. No, I was too like thrown off by Isaiah's just wicked curve every time he hits the club. Like I've never seen that in my life. So. Let's talk about your podcast real quick. I want to plug that because like I was telling you before the show, like I'm honestly really impressed with like how you guys have brought it back. You just did the documentary, like I mentioned. You guys have done some really cool episodes. Island Time in the Desert, if you guys have missed out on it, like what has that been like for you guys? I know you told me before the show you're trying to kind of pump that up again and trying to get back after it. What's the schedule looking like? What do you guys want to get out of it?
Yeah, I mean, so the reason we started in the first place was this to kind of tell our story and start to build our brand. And when we first started, we didn't have a lot of viewers because, I mean, who wants to watch people that like two kids that haven't done anything on the field? So I mean, we wouldn't blame you, but so that's just kind of how it started, and it was most of our family watching because it was so rusty. But I think we took a long break. I think it was like a 9-month break where we didn't pump out an episode. But once we started pumping them out, then a lot of my family kind of came into play, wanting to make it more official. So my auntie's actually the one that writes the scripts for us, so we're not just blabbering like we used to. A little more structure for us to be able to follow, and we started adding segments. But I think as we kind of started doing this, we kind of realized that we're in a special spot where we can kind of unite not just the Arizona football program, but kind of all the athletic program, and even just the regular student body. And that's kind of that's an idea that my dad kind of brought up briefly a while ago, but we're starting to just kind of bring that into place. So we're trying to get some athletes on from other sports. Probably once basketball season starts to die down, we don't want to bother them while they're in season, but they got time for them to go win their March Madness national title coming up soon. So they're a real good team. But we'll try to get some of those guys. We'll try to get some of the other sports, and then even move into student life.
I like the student life thing, man. I think that's something that kind of goes unseen for a large portion of like the fans, just kind of seeing like what their life is like. And then I think it's really cool that you want to bring on other sports. Are you pretty close to anybody on any of the other teams, like basketball or anything like that?
Yeah, we're cool with all the basketball players for the most part. And yeah, so we all eat in the same breakfast kitchen. We'll kind of interact there briefly, but we got some connections there to where we'll try to bring on some of the guys. So we'll see. We don't want to spoil any guests right now, but we'll see what happens.
I love it, dude. Henny, what questions you got, man?
I got to take you back to football, man, because the one thing I got to ask, because this is like it's just, I'm just thinking about like your story and, kind of how you came up. And again, like I really appreciate that you keep a very like humble approach to you, but it's got to be crazy to see your name like on a Heisman list, right? Like it's something you probably, maybe you thought about it, maybe you didn't, but everybody knows what that trophy means, what it stands for. And all of a sudden you're on like these hype lists, right? And it's Noah Fifita, like he has a chance to win the Heisman. And, at the University of Arizona, that's very unique, but in life, that's really special and very unique. So I'm just kind of curious, like how you process it, what your thoughts are, anything you're willing to share, really.
Yeah, I mean, I would be lying if I said that that hasn't caught my attention. I'd definitely be lying if I said that wasn't something I've dreamt about since a young kid. I mean, I think every young football player aspires to be not just a college football athlete, but a Heisman Trophy winner one day. So that's definitely a blessing. I don't take that lightly. But for me, it's kind of, I'm just trying to keep the main thing. And I'm a believer in if we handle what we need to handle as a team, then all the individual stuff will come. So I'm kind of just focused on, like I said, all the media stuff's behind us. Us kind of getting all of the attention at the basketball game. All of that's behind us now. Now we're just how good could we be going into this new Big 12 conference? And the good thing about it is now it's a 12 team playoff. So we're real excited to see what happens. But like I said, Heisman's definitely been a dream of mine for a long time, but a national championship is more important to me.
Yeah, now you're speaking our language, bro. I think this is like one of the first times, and Henny, you can kind of attest to this. Like Arizona football actually has like expectations, right? Like I feel like a large portion of our history, like a season like last year was just an awesome surprise, but like then people would kind of get grounded and like, okay, cool, we're gonna go back 6-6, whatever. Now, like with y'all, especially coming back and the recruiting classes that we've had in the past, the young guys coming up like Kevin Green, AJ, you got AJ out there, you got Kean coming back. Like you guys have real expectations. I think we're really lucky to have you as somebody that's always been level-headed. That's something I've always loved about you. Like every time I've asked you, and you can attest to this too, Noah, like I text you after every game, like, bro, incredible game, blah, blah, blah. And you're always like, hey, thank you. I appreciate you. On to the next. Like, does the whole team feel that way? Like now that there's expectations, are they just like ready to tackle that?
I think we're doing a real good job just kind of putting all of the hype and all of that stuff behind us. And we know that last year was last year. Yeah, it was a great year for us, but we have a new coaching staff, a new team. We got a lot of new high school players, some transfers that came in. So now it's really time to get to the nitty gritty stuff. It's time to get to work. So I mean, obviously, I think I do think this team is in a special spot right now in terms of culture and in terms of how close we are together. But so I'm excited to see what the future holds for us.
Is Chuba May one of the largest people you've ever seen in your life?
He's a big boy, but he can move. He's so athletic. You wouldn't even believe how. Yeah, he can move. And then off the field, he's hilarious. He's such a fun guy to be around.
I love that, bro. Like, who are some of the? Let's go through that real quick. Who's the most athletic guy on the team right now? And you can't say T-Mac.
Yeah, it's like what his answer.
Are we talking about like who can play the most sports or who's just athletic?
Just athletic. Because again, you can't say T-Mac and T-Mac.
I would throw Genesis Smith up there. Genesis Smith he's so athletic.
Safety.
But you're not gonna see him bowling a 200 or being able to golf. But in terms of his jumping ability, in terms of his just his quickness and some of the things he could do athletically, he's a freak of nature.
Okay. How about funniest player on the team?
Funniest player on the team. I'm gonna have to go. I'll go with Jacob Mondo. Jacob. I mean, I grew up with him, so he hadn't changed who he is. He's still super goofy. He
makes me laugh on the field.
Yeah,
like the way he plays,
he's always talking.
Like he's funny to watch. Like I'm like that guy's.
Hilarious.
Yeah, like that guy's. You can tell he's like he's got a battery for sure. Like he's moving.
I don't think I've seen one single player that he backed down from. I think your dad talked about it on Mike Luke's podcast. Jacob will talk trash to everybody.
Yeah, he's been that. I mean, he was talking to DTR his true freshman year. So that's just always who he's been.
That's a good guy to have in your corner, though, man. I like that. All right, who do you think can eat the most? So obviously we're thinking like offensive lineman, defensive lineman.
I'll have to go Big Jonah. Big
Jonah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think right now. I think
he has like a Solid Grinds like sponsorship, I think, right?
Yeah, he do.
Perfect fit.
No, I would say Big Jonah.
Okay. Worst dancer.
The worst dancer. Oh, y'all putting me on the spot.
We're live, baby. You got to put you on the spot.
The worst dancer.
I was like, don't remind him.
I'm not trying to throw nobody under the bus right now.
How about best dancer then?
The best dancer. I'm gonna go Chuba. I'll give Chuba that one.
Really? He can move like that.
Really? I like that.
I'll give Chuba the best dancer.
All right, and then I got two more questions for you because I know we're coming up on 30 minutes. Best taste in music for the locker room.
Okay, best taste. I'm gonna go Big Jonah on that one. He could get the ox every time. You could throw T-Mac in there too. T could play. Big Jonah can play everything. He got his reggae music. He got his oldies, and then he's kind of caught up in the rap game as well. So I'll give Big Jonah the ox.
Okay, and then my last question for you: who do you got in the Super Bowl?
I'm not watching the Super Bowl this year.
My man,
man. I'll wait till September to get back to the NFL. I'm good on that one.
I love it because I feel the same way. I'm gonna watch it because I'm a sicko and I run a podcast, but like I feel the same way. I hate this.
Are you even an Usher fan? Is there one Usher song you want to hear? Will you even tap in for the halftime show?
I'm an Usher fan for sure. I'll probably just wait till that drops on YouTube to jump in. But
Yeah, for
I,
sure.
I'm going for Mahomes.
Oh, now
But
you lost me, bro.
that's really because
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I'm a Niner hater, to be honest with y'all.
Oh, that's not what I heard, bro. I texted you after your podcast, little Mister. Who would you want to be drafted by? Oh, the Niners would be cool. They have a dope system.
Oh yeah, I'd play for the Niners for sure. Play for Kyle Shanahan, but man,
Yeah, good
so
system. He
I
respects
got
the
you.
run game. You hear that? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Henny, you got any last questions for Noah before we let
No,
him dip?
man. We can let him dip. We stole enough of his time. We appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you
No,
guys. Thank you.
it's always a pleasure, brother. Hey, everybody tune in. Seriously though, Island Time in the Desert. I watch it. I get emails about it every time they get a new episode. So they honestly have a really cool thing going. Check it out, especially if you're locked in with this team. Go ahead and follow him on Instagram. Tongan Pino, right? That's the handle. Perfect. And then, watch out for the Cats this coming football season. Go get your season tickets. Go, if you really love this team and you love that they stayed, I'm just going to say it. No, you don't have to say anything, but go contribute. Go contribute to the NIL fund. We love these boys. We want to see them, contribute or, actually get that love. So make sure you guys go do that. I plugged that at the last episode. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Is it Desert Takeover, I think? Go ahead.
I'm like forgetting it too. We'll find it. Yeah. I'll look it up before we wrap up today.
But take care of our boys, because the whole locker room's a bunch of guys I know. They're just they love the Cats and they love the city of Tucson. So with that, bro, I'll text you later. And thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Have a good one.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right. And with that, we're going to just jump in really quick since we are talking about the Super Bowl. The game that Noah's not going to watch, the game I wish I didn't have to watch. Let's talk about it, though, real quick, Henny. Who do you got?
Taylor. I got to ride with Taylor Swift in the gang, man. This Wiz Khalifa's a long time ago. This is the real Taylor gang. This is what's been going on. I can't avoid it in my house. I can't avoid it anywhere. The power of Taylor Swift, Patrick Mahomes, and the Kelsey brothers just seems like too much for me. I don't know that I enjoy it. I'm not saying that I love it. It's definitely not what I probably am even rooting for, but I'm not a Niners fan either. And, this is tough. For me, it's one team I love and 31 teams that I just don't care about. So
yeah,
we're in a tough one, but I'm kind of with, what Noah just mentioned, man. Like Patrick Mahomes is just the best to do it. There's no reason to bet against him. I think if you bet against him, you're just throwing away your money. It seems foolish. You don't want to be in a situation where you're having to explain that you bet against the guy.
Yeah.
So, I expect fully for this to be another Chiefs situation, even though there's a lot of things that you could make the argument as to why this can work for the Niners. I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, I get it. I also think it's pretty interesting that Roger Goodell did comment today on the fact that Taylor Swift brings quite a bit of revenue to the NFL and to the Chiefs. But she's not a Chiefs fan; she's an NFL fan. I thought that was interesting. So now I'm for sure leaning towards the Chiefs. They're probably going to win. No reason other than that. Definitely not because Mahomes is a beast, generational talent. I also just think too, the Niners have shown a few times this year that they are susceptible to really good quarterbacks. You know what I mean? When they've lost this year, it's been against good quarterbacks. Lamar torched them. The Browns beat them this year with Deshaun, who I'm not saying is the best quarterback, but he can do Deshaun things, right?
Yeah.
So I think they are susceptible to that. And honestly, I just don't believe in Brock Purdy. I think he's a good quarterback, like we've talked about. But dude, you're going up against Mahomes. It's going to be tough, and I don't see it. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs as well. I think it's going to be a good game, not a great game, probably. I think the Chiefs are going to have to be able to run the ball for sure. Isaiah Pacheco is going to be important because you're going to have to be able to just keep the Bosa boy tamed. You're going to have to keep Chase tamed, that interior line tamed. And if you're just out there pulling a Ravens and throwing it 35 times a game, they're just going to tee off. And those guys are some of the best in the game. So I don't know. What are your keys to the game other than that?
Yeah, that's it, man. I mean, I don't even think anything else from the keys of the game. I'm just going to spin this into is this something we can root for, Dugan? Is it possible that if they do win, that we do get the retirement of Andy Reid, and then does that weaken these powers? Like, is there any hope for us? I guess is kind of where because I like the key. I mean, we know it's going to happen, right? It's like if the Niners get going offensively and they can run the ball, like they have a chance. But
I just had a thought. What if Andy Reid retired? They win the Super Bowl, and Bill Belichick gets hired in Kansas City.
Don't say that. I was like, don't make it worse.
The ultimate troll job.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was like, absolutely not. Do not spin that into our, fan fiction nightmare. Do not do that to us.
I mean,
because that's like what I'm hoping for. I think the Chiefs, like I expect the Chiefs to win. And what I've done internally is just imagine Andy Reid's retirement speech. I started to like put that into the air, and that's like how I'm thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, let's be real though. I mean, in terms of NFL fan fiction, there's how long has Belichick been waiting to replace Brady? And he can literally just walk into Kansas City, hire a good coordinator, and be done. Like, and then he gets to beat Don Shula.
So this is a hilarious hypothetical, but I really wish you wouldn't have introduced this idea to me. Because I mean, it does make, hey, look, that could that happen? Sure. No, that's not going to happen. No. They gotta bring back, who's our guy from DC who from like they got to bring back Bieniemy, like, and that's fine. Like, let's let Bieniemy figure it out, or let's or Spags can run the team, and then they can hire some OC, and everybody keeps giving love to Spags, and Spags is the best defensive coordinator now because the Chiefs keep winning. So now he's a great DC because Mahomes is there. Amazing how good all these guys are with Mahomes there.
Yeah. Yo, I have somebody in the chat. So my buddy Tanner, his keys to the game, I guess, are just a prediction from him. CMC throws a touchdown, runs a touchdown, and catches a touchdown. Little Derrick Henry special.
I mean, sprinkle some cash on that. I mean, that'll pay the bills. I mean, that's I'm not so sure I see that vision, but if you want to throw some coin on it, it's fun.
I see two of
fun
to
play.
Sure, the throw
I could
one.
See two. I could see
two. It is a Super Bowl though. That's where the Super Bowl magic happens, and that's where crazy shit just occurs. So I don't know, Tanner, you might be onto something. I like it.
I mean, it's 2 weeks of game planning. 2 weeks. 2 weeks of game planning. That's for sure.
I did not prepare any message board hero stuff or anything like that because we had Noah on, and he is basically a human message board. That's all everybody talks about anyway on the Arizona message boards. One of the things I did want to talk to you about, though, was Mattress Mack. I sent you that video earlier today. Do you recall?
I don't even know. Did I see Mattress Mack?
Dude.
I might not have seen it. Tell me.
Let me pull it up for you, actually. If I have my twitter.com on here. Mattress Mack, so the guy that obviously, he bets on every Super Bowl ever, bets on every Houston thing ever. He came out with a new commercial. I'm gonna pull it up for us really quick. Give me a second here. And I'm gonna share my screen. This is the first time I've ever done this though, so just be careful.
Oh yeah, I do know when you sent me this. Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, we're gonna do this right now. Here
live.
We go. Yep. All right. You can see that, right, Henny?
I can.
All right, Mattress Mack in all his glory.
Now then. Did you get chopped and screwed by a competitor who said they were going to hook it up, then went ghost when it was time for your delivery? Here at Gallery Furniture, we stay knocking on doors like Pimp C and Little Kiki. And when you cop from Gallery Furniture, in 4 hours or less, our delivery team is going to show up and show out because we don't do it for the clout. This is what Gallery Furniture and we are all about. We can't leave you riding dirty on that hand-me-down sofa. We need you to shine so clean with that new from Gallery Furniture. Text me, Mattress Mack, your triple OG partner from the north side at 281-844-1963. I'm going to plug you in with $600 off your purchase of $2,000 or more, because a real hustler like you got to be living lavish. And if your credit is all up, you know I run it like Chameleonaire and Slim Thug. Pull up to any Gallery Furniture location. We're going to fight to get you financing like when I fought Muhammad Ali many years ago, the greatest of all time. Let's get it.
That's the same dude that got kicked out of Top Golf for pouring cough syrup into his drink.
I guess. I need your thoughts on it, bro, because you and I are both Houston hip hop guys. You know, what were your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I think we got to get Gordy back on and see what, or maybe we got to get Mattress Mack on and have him compare Big 12 quarterbacks to Houston rappers. I think he's up. He's the man. Might be the man for the job here.
I previously thought Mattress Mack was like the corniest dude in the world. He has all my respect, and like
now you're in. Yeah,
I'm fully bought it.
Totally.
Like, if I lived in the Houston area, I would go take care. I would go do that deal right now. Like $600 off. He's on the North side. Like, you know, I don't know, man.
This is why college recruiting is so crazy. Because, like, you know, I'm like, you know, you fall in love for like the family story, all of this stuff, and then you see like Mattress Mack on the other side, and you're like, I don't know, I might play for that guy too. I'm just not sure what I'm feeling today, you know? Like maybe I'd run through a wall for Mattress Mack. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I just had to share that with the audience real quick. That might be something that we bring to the show, y'all. Just Henny and I send each other just stupid Twitter crap all day, every day. So we might start bringing that to your all's attention and just getting some of your thoughts as well. Other than that, man, I don't have anything. We were blessed to have Noah on the pod. We got Super Bowl out of the way, and cherry on top, Mattress Mack. How about yourself?
No, just happy to have Noah again. Thank him for coming on. So, you know, hit him up on socials and tell him he did a great job. He was, I definitely appreciated that he was like live. Like, what do you mean like live? Yeah, we're going live. But I think we kept him safe. He's in the trust tree. So hopefully everything went well, but send him some love, you know, thank him for coming on our show. As you continue to support our socials, as you support up in the corner there, Tasty, which by the way, it is that quintessential time of year. We're talking, you know, Phoenix Open, Waste Management. It is that time of year to get rowdy in the grass and, you know, throw in a Tasty while you're kicking it there, you know.
Yeah.
Just be a vibe at the Waste Management Open. Our guy's going to be around, and there's also a good event going on in Phoenix. It's a huge golf week in Phoenix. I work for a living, so I won't be up there for all that. But you know, look for our guy Tasty out there because he'll be passing out some stuff, making the rounds, and yeah, just say what's up and tell him Jump Shots Pod sent you.
Yep, absolutely. Good plug, man. All right, y'all. Enjoy the Super Bowl. We'll be back next week with some hot takes the day after. Until then, be safe. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram if you're not watching from there. Yeah, the Wasted Management Open. Absolutely. Henny can tell you all about that sometime. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. We're on every social media platform. But at the end of the day, click that subscribe button on YouTube. Click that subscribe button on Apple, Spotify, wherever you're listening to us, and just follow along each and every week. We try to bring great guests like, you know, Noah a few times, Hunter Eccles, whoever. But we also bring that crazy discourse like Mattress Mack. So tell your friends, tell your mama, leave a 5-star review, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.